What's good with y'all? For this ambidextrous drawing video, I'm going to be drawing out Jason Vorhees with both of my hands. I've been gradually easing into that more Halloween, fall-like lane. I figured that I filled up my other page with a lot of Halloween-dedicated characters. It only made sense for me to also do Jason Vorhees too. This one was a bit of a change-up though, because for the reference I was using, he was also partly zombie. I tried to put a lot of care into the smaller things, like take for instance the way that his mask was curved. I was sort of just experimenting with how hard I was pressing down with my pens. Once I did get done drawing out his mask area, I just gradually moved down, just drawing each part of the chain that was wrapped around his neck. Up until this point though, I was shading in a lot darker just to showcase the jacket that he had on, but in it, it was partly ripped and you could see bits and pieces of his rib cage. I was really kind of leaning into that undead feel with this one. I also didn't want for this one to feel like it was too refined. I wanted you to really be able to look at bro and tell that he had a rough time, like he had just hopped out of the ground or something. Once I did get done with that side, as I was saying before, I was trying to go for a more rough around the edges look. I didn't want for everything to look like it was too perfect. Once I ended up drawing out his left, I started gradually working on drawing out the right-hand side too. But that didn't come until after I had drawn a little bit more of his chain. As this one was coming together, I didn't want it to seem like it was too just stagnant and still, so what I later did was I drew out a portion of his arm too. But unlike the first one I started with, I drew it to where he was actually holding a machete in his hand. I was doing my best to really honor that Halloween feel, you know what I'm saying? And I was changing up the way that I was actually drawing too. Instead of me just drawing straight up lines, I got a lot more loose with them in my tension just to make it look like it was actually in motion, His right-hand side is a lot more red than the left. I later went back through and just filled in some empty patches. Once I was more comfortable with that part of it though, I later moved on to drawing out his leg area too. I was big on trying to make this one seem like it was all together though, Once I did get done drawing out Jason, I later moved on to drawing out a skull, as I wanted that fall-like Halloween atmosphere to really be clear in this one. I didn't press down anywhere near as hard with the skull though as I did with his actual clothes. But the way that the lines were formed out, it definitely was similar as far as aesthetic goes. Once I got done shaping the skull, in my opinion, the more challenging part was just getting the teeth right. I wanted to double down on proportion just to make sure everything fit together. Everything needed to come together in a cohesive way, especially the red and the blue. But once that part was done, here's for the red lens, and now for the blue. Let me know what y'all think about this one down below, and if you're interested in seeing more, don't forget to like and follow, and I will see y'all on the next one.